Playoff time, fellas. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You have found another edition of the Cheesesteaks and Takes podcast show, playoff preview edition on this episode with the Eagles getting ready to play the Niners on Sunday in the wild card round of the NFL playoffs. We're going to talk a lot about that game on this show. We're going to actually invite a 49ers fan on as a guest, one of Chuck's colleagues. He's going to come on to talk about the Niners, how he became a Niners fan, and his take on the game. And you're going to get all of our takes as well as you've gotten all of this season when it comes to the Eagles. And we're going to talk some Sixers as well, with the Sixers playing a couple of games since we've last talked to you guys and are actually on right now against the Washington Wizards. But we're going to kick off the show talking about the Birds first with their big matchup this Sunday. After losing to the Commanders, they are locked into that 3 seed and are going to be hosting the San Francisco 49ers, led by Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey, and those boys that are 12-5. They'll be coming into Philly on Sunday. I believe that game time start is 4:30. Noah, what's going on, man? I'm going to kick it to you first. Happy 2026. How do you feel? We talked a little bit in the group chat. You seem to be pretty confident going up against the Niners. Talk to us a little bit more. What are your takes about this game coming up on Sunday?
I think out of all the NFC playoffs, not all the NFC playoff teams, obviously we have like the Panthers in the NFC right now. I think this is a good matchup for us because they don't have the defense is banged up. They don't have a good pass rush. Maybe this is the game where our offense will get going. In that, but
that's not happening. I don't mean to interrupt, but anyone who thinks that all of a sudden the Eagles offense is going to like click, that's not happening. I mean, they might win. I think they're going to win the game, but it's not. They're not going to win it.
I mean, they've had games where they've clicked.
I mean, yeah.
And it, they've had games where they clicked, and then they go back to what they were.
Well, once again, I don't mean to interrupt, Noah, but look at the Bears game. They had their entire linebacking core out, and the Eagles didn't take advantage of that. Like the Eagles, they may win the game. I think they are going to win the game. I see AJ's like in a waiting room right now. AJ, we'll get to you in a second. But I don't have really confidence in them, like exploiting someone else's weakness, which we've talked about from week one that they never do. And I don't see them doing this game. The 49ers defense is not great. Their linebackers are horrible. Their secondary is they're okay, but I think they have the lowest sack rate in the NFL. Eagles will not take advantage. They have a terrible run defense. The Eagles, I don't know what they're going to do, but they're not going to take advantage of like what San Francisco is going to offer them. They're going to run their offense. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, it won't.
I'll say this: if the defense has a bad game, we're losing. They're going to lose.
Oh, absolutely. I think. I mean, it's. The defense. I think it's reasonable that you may be able to hold San Francisco to like, let's say 21, 24 points. Can the Eagles score 27 points?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know. So what do you think they have to hold San Francisco to win that game?
Probably like 12 to 15 points.
12. I don't know what they're going to do.
But
the Eagles
I think that's the only way they're going to win.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that's a little low considering that's the 49ers defense is terrible. I think they'll score some points. But I don't think they're going to hold that team down to like under 20.
I think
if they don't, they're not going to win.
24 is like the sweet spot.
They're not winning.
I do have a stat for you guys in a second.
They can't score over 20 points. They're not going to win.
Yeah. Oh, I totally agree with that. Let's bring AJ in real quick. Hey, I don't want to keep it waiting too long. We can continue the conversation.
Okay.
AJ, welcome aboard, man. How you doing?
How's it going, guys?
What's up?
It's going great.
AJ,
I see you all 49'd out over there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Die hard over here. Bang, bang.
That's awesome. So we asked all our guests this one question. We want to know your origin story. How did you? And I know your dad's a big Eagles fan.
Oh yeah.
I think your son, right, is an Eagles fan, right?
Yes, sir. My younger son's an Eagles fan also.
So wait, I have to ask, where did you go wrong?
Where did I go wrong?
Your father must be very disappointed.
It was too much green in the house, Nah, but ever since I was in elementary school, well, when I was in elementary school, the first chapter book I read was a 49ers book. That was in the 90s, around the time when, Jerry Rice, Montana,
Okay.
Young. So it was at the peak, and I read that book, and I just fell in love. And ever since then, I just became a Niners fan.
So who were like what team, like, give me an era, like what team did you like fall in love with the Niners?
So
Like, it was,
reading the book made me do that, right? But when I was watching it, when I began to watch, it was Jeff Garcia, it was T.O. T.O.'s my favorite Niner of all time.
interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so like the wine and gold, that was my era. Yeah, that was my era.
Love Jeff Garcia.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Jeff Garcia is my guy too.
So this let you know. So first time we're meeting, I'm Chuck. My two boys are Noah and Drew, and that's Troy and his son Kobe at the top. Kobe's our director of operations over here.
Cool. Nice to meet you guys.
We there's no way my sons would be living with me if they weren't Eagles fans. I don't understand what how did you like not follow your dad's lead? I met your dad at the Green Bowl, by the way. Seems like a real cool guy.
Nah, he's great. I guess it's the same thing with so he's really into basketball. He was a basketball well, he still is a basketball coach. So growing up, it was like a lot of basketball with us. So I guess I didn't really notice. Like, he wore a lot of Eagles stuff. I guess I didn't really notice how big he was on the Eagles until I got older. But when I got older, I started liking my own team. So I guess he just was like, whatever. But when it came to my son, my younger son, he's an Eagles fan. Like, I noticed how, like, my dad wanted to be a big Eagles fan and how big he was with the Eagles and all that stuff. I was like, I'm going to have more than one kid. So I was like, all my other boys will be Eagles fans, right? And then I ended up having two girls. And I'm like, oh man, but yeah, it's funny. My older daughter, she's 9, and she's like she's probably the biggest football fan out of all the kids in the house, and she's a diehard Niners fan. Like she might like the Niners more than me, so like I lucked out.
AJ, is your father from Philadelphia?
No, you would think he is, but he's not. He's been going to games like all year. He's probably been in like 5 games so far this year. We're going to the playoff game coming Sunday, so.
So how did he become an Eagles fan?
Yeah, we might have to get on.
Randall Cunningham.
Oh,
I believe it was Cunningham, because I think before, he won't tell anybody, but I think he was a Cowboys fan before. I think he told me that. Well, because they were I think they were big back then too. Everybody, when you're younger, you become a fan of the team that's like winning, or you like the color or something like that. The team that was winning back then was, the Cowboys, and Cowboys were big.
Not where we grew up. I don't even think I knew another team when I was going.
Are you guys from Philly or?
Yeah,
we're from the Philadelphia area.
Oh, okay, yeah. See, now he's like, hey, I'm gonna be a Sixers fan. I don't know if he's gonna be a Phillies fan, but yeah, he's all into Philly now since he's been going. Every time he vacations, he goes down to Philly. So yeah, he's locked in.
Yeah, I can tell when I met him that time. Tell us about your team a little bit. Like when we have guests on from other teams, I always try to learn something about like the teams. Who's overachieving, who's underachieving. What do you think of the coach? What do you think of like the defensive coach? Like, give us like a little summary of what happened this season.
It's been next man up. It's been just a slew of injuries, man. I mean, last year we had a whole lot of injuries too, and I really believe we had the easiest schedule in the league, so that kind of helped a little bit. But
yeah, I want to bring that up too.
Having Salah back, but I mean the magnitude of injuries that we had, I feel if we didn't have Salah, I feel like it would have looked like last year again, because you see all our defense. We can't, like I heard you guys talking before, like last in the pass rush sacks. We can't get to the quarterback at all. I mean, Phillip Rivers looked like prime Phillip Rivers when he played against us. Yeah, so it's
You guys got Huff. Didn't we send Huff over to you guys?
yeah, we got Huff, but you guys got rid of him for a reason. I like Huff. But he's not supposed to be your number one pass rusher. With Bosa going down, and
Right.
then all of our linebackers that started this season are injured. We're getting guys off the practice squad.
Yeah. Listen, we just want Huff to get 8 sacks so he can. I think that 5th rounder would have went to a 4th if he had 8 sacks.
We got. But yeah, so it's just next man up. Guys in and out. Mac, stepped in for a little bit. Pretty much like kind of half the season, and he, everybody was calling for him to be the real starter until Purdy came back and took it up another notch. I think it's really the defense. It's tough this year because the way our offense has been performing these past couple of weeks, it's like, dang, if the defense just got to the quarterback a little bit, because I believe our defense, our secondary is pretty solid. I like Lenore. I like Green. I love our safeties. Mustafa, he hits hard. If we just got a little bit of a pass rush, I believe that we would have locked up the number 1 seed. I feel like easily.
Yeah, it's just that front 7 that's not that great. What? So you guys won 12 games. Like, is the offense that potent? Like, McCaffrey had a great season. I mean, you look at his rushing numbers. He was okay. I mean, he had almost 1,000 yards receiving too, but he wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't like off the chart when it came to rushing. What are you guys doing on offense? And is that? I guess that is the key. Like, for you guys winning these 12 games,
Well, listen, I'm sorry,
Mac Jones
AJ,
in there.
but
Like, I don't understand like how you guys are winning.
at 8, I think AJ mentioned it. Like, they had the easiest schedule in the league, so I think that helps out a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to take anything away from San
Yeah.
Fran. Like, you play who you play, and they won the games that they should have won. But that does help out.
So
AJ, go ahead.
Wait, real quick, is that strength of schedule measured at the beginning of the year or measured at the end of the year?
At the beginning.
That was at the beginning. We talked about that on our podcast, actually.
Like the
don't
Colts
think
and the
that
Bears,
really...
like the Colts and the Bears, like they overachieved this year. If you look at it from last year, they was probably like bottom feeders last year. So like teams like that, they'll turn around. Even Carolina was terrible last year too.
Yeah,
they got better. So yeah, it is at the beginning of the season. The strength of schedule is dictated. But yeah, like I said, like even like I said, the last couple games, the Bears game, that was a shootout. I don't know if you guys watched it, but
yeah, we did.
You can't be you can't be a terrible team to win that. I mean, to win a game like that. Even the Colts game. The Colts, they're not as good as they were at the beginning of the season because they had some injuries too. But the Colts are a really good team also. That Seattle game, we should have got blown out by Seattle in that game. But that's another thing. Situational football with Saleh. That's why I brought up Saleh before too. You can get down the field, but once you get in that red zone, Saleh, once the field shrinks, he's like, all right, you guys just can't get in the end zone. So like, we should have lost by like 30 against Seattle, but they only got 13 points. So just picking your poison. Picking your poison, I guess. Yeah,
I don't think you guys are a terrible team. I don't mean it like that. I don't watch enough of your games to kind of get a good feel. And I'm looking up, you guys have 12 wins with that defense, and Mac Jones playing a little bit of quarterback this year. And McCaffrey, again, he had a great season, but it wasn't like, I'm just looking at his rushing numbers, weren't super fantastic.
Yeah, like 1,000 receiving yards, dude.
Yeah, it's just receiving too.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
mismatches.
not saying
It's the mismatches. And Shanahan does a great job of exploiting mismatches on offense. When you line McCaffrey up against a linebacker, he's probably going to win 90% of the time. You can't keep up with him. Even Kittle, when he plays, that's another thing too. That impacted McCaffrey's rushing numbers too. When Kittle plays, he rushes way more when Kittle plays as a blocker. Even with Pearsall, that's another thing. Like with the game coming up, if Pearsall doesn't play, that's a big difference because he's the big play. He's the only receiver that we have who can actually get open in the man coverage. Because the other receivers just big body receivers. So when you got that vertical threat, that opens up the run. So
has he met our corners?
Hey,
Has he
he
looked
lines
up?
up. He lines up all over the field. So I mean, if he goes up
Okay,
against Mitchell, he might have a hard day sometimes. But the other side, I feel pretty confident on the other side.
we got something for him. Your dad knows. I don't know why
he might not. He might not play though. He didn't practice today. Him or Trent Williams didn't practice. I'm hoping because he re-aggravated his PCL injury, so I'm hoping he does play. If he doesn't, it might be a long day. But
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't watch enough of your games to kind of get a good feel. But look up, you got 12 wins. You guys are doing something right. I think our worry is our strength is your strength, and our weakness is your weakness. So that's why the game's so close. I think if you rank the different units, like the Eagles defense, Eagles offense, Eagles special teams, and then the same thing with the Niners, I think the Eagles, it's probably Eagles defense, Niners offense, Niners special teams. The special teams are really good.
that's another big part too. Our special teams has been terrible over the years.
And the Eagles offense will be last. But if you go by talent, the Eagles offense should be first.
That's the thing.
It's just, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense why the Eagles aren't.
Do you guys think your offensive coordinator is going to get fired after the year?
Yes. He should have been fired 5 weeks ago.
We'll see how far he goes.
Yeah,
Chuck, it doesn't matter to me. Like, to me, they can win another Super Bowl. He needs to go.
Well, do you think
they're not going to win it? They're not going to win another Super Bowl. They're not going to win another Super Bowl because of the ineptness of Patullo and in a smaller case, Sirianni, because he's letting Patullo just run roughshod with this offense.
Yeah.
I can't. I would be surprised because if they do win a Super Bowl, we know it's not going to be because of the offense. It's definitely because of the defense, right? So just make it easier on yourself. We gave the guy a year. It didn't work out. Let's move on. You have other candidates that are no longer with the organization who are better, who have call plays. So just give them a shot. But I would not bring this guy back. Now, listen, the Eagles may do it. I would be very disappointed.
So no matter what, I agree with you. If you're saying they're not going to win the Super Bowl, which I kind of agree with you, like I think they can win this game. And AJ, we're going to get your take on this game in a second. I think they could win this game. They may even win the next game. I don't know if they could win an NFC Championship game. I see Noah over there, already angry, but I don't see this offense, and we've been waiting all year for this offense to click. It's not going to click on Sunday.
Nope.
And AJ, no offense, it doesn't. It won't matter. I say this to all our guests. Come on, it won't matter what your defense does. You might, if you guys win this game, you're like, oh, our defense finally stepped up. Blah 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 blah. It has nothing to do with your defense. It's the Eagles. I don't know what I'm telling you. Your dad's probably.
I'm pretty familiar. I'm pretty familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly,
it has nothing to do. It's going to be the Eagles beating themselves.
AJ, what does your dad think? Like, what has he been saying all year about the Eagles?
So, I think he's talking about the game. Yeah, he's saying offensive coordinator Sirianni.
Yeah,
he's saying he needs to get fired. Yeah, he said he needs to get out of there. Yeah, that's what he's saying. He's saying he needs to get out of there. And even like we went to the game you guys played against the Lions, and I watched some Eagles games, but I'm sitting there watching the game, and I'm just like the plays that he was calling, and even Hurts, like he wasn't looking at AJ Brown. I don't understand why he doesn't throw the ball to AJ Brown. Sometimes he goes to those big old spurts where he never throws in the ball. He's like the biggest threat, like one of the top 5 threats, if not 3 in the league. Mismatch everywhere, never throws him the ball. Like I don't know. I was confused when I was watching the game. Every time I watch the Eagles game, I get confused. I'm like, I don't know what's going on offense. Defense, yeah. I mean, Purdy might be seeing ghosts. I know last time he played him, I took him out. But
it's funny you say that because when I'm watching the Eagles, I try to think, like I'm the other team's fan, And I'm like, I don't want them to throw to AJ. If like I'm the other team,
Oh yeah,
like what I don't want. And the Eagles is obliged. They don't throw it to him.
Yeah,
and it's
we got nobody for him.
So I mean, as you can tell by our move, we're a little down on like we've been
a little
down on the like Eagles offense. We've been down on Eagles offense all year.
Understatement, dude.
And I don't, we're gonna talk more about this, but we're not really confident on what the offense is going to do. We really believe, and I do want your take on the game now, that the Eagles, like, they need to, if they can't score, I think it's unrealistic to like keep you guys under 20 points. But I don't know if the Eagles can score 20 points.
Right. That's the only way. That's the only way the Eagles win, if they keep San Fran under 20 points, in my opinion. It's the only way you guys win.
I don't know if they could do it, Troy.
And I feel the same way. I feel like it needs to be a shootout for us to win.
If it's Eagles not shooting out anybody.
Yeah, it
ain't happening.
It's not happening.
That ain't happening.
It's not happening.
You guys have never heard of championship pedigree, I guess, because Jalen Hurts and this offense, they've done it before. They made a run to the Super Bowl last year. You don't give them any glimmer, slim chance that they turn around on this playoff run because they have championship pedigree and they've done it before.
You're right,
Kobe.
son. So
Hype me up, Kobe.
Thank you, Kobe. What's going to have to happen is they're going to have to completely 1,000% ignore whatever Kevin Patullo is saying into Jalen Hurts' ear. They have to ignore that. And Jalen Hurts and Saquon, they're going to have to go off script more often than not. Because if he follows the script of Kevin Patullo,
we're not.
The offense is going to look like exactly what it's been looking like the last 18 weeks.
I got some numbers. I have some numbers to back up Troy a little bit, okay? At least about like holding the Niners.
One more thing.
Under 20 points. Okay. So what do these numbers mean to anybody? 15, 9, 11, and 6. What does that mean? Anyone? 15, 9, 11, and 6.
Is that what you guys scored in the last 4 games?
No, I can't.
Close. Those are the number of points that Vic Fangio has given up against your coaches.
Oh, Shanahan, yeah, I seen that. No matter what team, no matter what quarterback. Yeah, I saw that stat.
Correct.
I saw that stat.
15, 9, 11, and 6. He's 3-1 against your head coach. So yeah, he's never given up more than 15 points against his offense. So there's some hope there. So maybe the Eagles can score 16 and hold on to 15. But I do find it hard to believe that the Eagles, I think it like for the Eagles defense to hold that team to like 21 points, I think that's respectable. I just don't know if they can score 22 points.
I do think it's the personnel that steps on the field too. Like I said, I feel like Pearsall is really gonna, if he plays or if he doesn't play, that's gonna tell a lot. Like I said, he's the only one who really gets open on man coverage. He's the only guy who can get open.
He's tough.
We're not worried about any receivers.
He's the only guy.
We're not worried about any receivers.
So you're not a big fan of Juwan Jennings?
No, Jennings is great, but if you see all his catches, he works hard for all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he works hard for all of them, and he's kind of beat up too. He has rib injuries. He kind of picks it up at the end of games. Robinson, he's been stepping up at the end of the season. He'll get like one big play, one or two. Bourne is in and out. Kittle, I don't know why Shanahan doesn't do 2 tight ends, because when Kittle was out in the game against Chicago, Tun just went crazy. I don't know why he doesn't do that, but we got more running backs. Garendo, he played the year that McCaffrey was out. He's he's a big back that was a track star. He runs like a 4.3 or something like that. He didn't play all year. I don't get it, but yeah.
How do you stay up to date with Niner stuff? Do you listen to podcasts or you just watch the games? What do you do?
Everything. My whole social media. I'm constantly looking at clips. Bleacher Report. At work when I'm winding down, I'll go and listen to YouTube. I just type in 49ers, looking at all the different podcasts and stuff like that. I used to have a driving job. I used to listen to podcasts like the whole day, but yeah.
What are like the fans saying? Like, what do they anticipate like in this game? I keep saying I want your opinion. I'll get that in a second. But what are fans like thinking of the game? Do they hey, the Eagles are tough, but I think we can win it, or do they think, hey, we just too hurt? You know, they're Super Bowl champions. I don't know if we could beat them. Like, what's the vibe?
Niners fans in Connecticut that I know of, I have a couple that I work with actually, very optimistic, no matter who we play against. You know, because I believe it's because of the next man up culture that we have. It's like the games that we doing, even I know you said strength of schedule, we have no business winning any of the games that we have. And it's been like that for a couple years. Like we have major pieces of our offense go. So, you know, we just go with blind optimism, I guess. Yeah, but I know me personally about this game. Like I said, it's your coach. I'm just hoping to have a different game plan. Because I see who you guys have. I honestly think all your offensive coordinator has to do is give it to Saquon about like 30 times, and then it's a wrap. We can't stop the run. So, and we got the best running backs, I believe, out of McCaffrey and Saquon. I feel like if you guys just run the ball down our throats, it'll be a wrap.
They're not
We
going
can't
to
do
that.
anything. But yeah, exactly.
Look out for Will Shipley. Look out for Will Shipley. They're going to be doing screen passes to him instead of giving it to Saquon.
And our linebackers are really good at running. Yeah, sideline to sideline. So
yes.
I hope you guys run screens and don't go up the middle. Yeah, if y'all do that, I'm fine. Yeah.
But what else? So how do you think this game's going to go? What do you think the outcome's going to be?
So I look at Vegas a lot too. Everybody's betting heavy on the Eagles.
Line went up.
I seen, have you guys seen the referee? The thing going around about the referee that's gonna be refereeing the game. I don't know if they took him out or not. But
no, who's
Allen Elk, he's like every time he refs the Eagles game, they're 8-1. That guy, he's from Philly. He's from Pennsylvania.
All right. I don't see a problem. What's the problem?
So the Eagles are 8-1 in games that he's refed, and we are 3-6 in the games that he's refed. And he refed the last game when y'all blew us out on 31-7. So
what's his last name?
ECK Eck. I believe it's Eck. Yeah, he's 8-1 in the games that he's ref. The Eagles are 8-1. Yeah, and he's from Pennsylvania.
They're a good team. What are you
doing? He's from Pennsylvania. I don't know. And he's from
I didn't know
Pennsylvania.
That's some good insight. I didn't know that.
He's from Williamsport.
Yeah, he's from Pennsylvania. Okay. Yeah, he's from Pennsylvania. Grew up an Eagles fan.
That's a little far from Philly, though.
There's a headline. NFL fans convinced wild card referee will rig 49ers versus Eagles.
Yeah, you got that. Everybody's betting towards them, and usually I feel like when a team is really heavily favored, it'll swing the other way. So I feel like we can get the upset. Like I said, Purdy's, I believe he's ranking like third or something like that in intermediate throws, like 10 and 15. That's where we love to hang in there. I really, it depends on who's playing. Like I said, I'll reevaluate things when I see the injury list. But I do think McCaffrey could create some mismatches. Like you said, we played Fangio a couple of times, so Shanahan's pretty familiar. So I do think it's going to be a good game. I don't think it's going to be I feel like it's either going to be a blowout by you guys if you do the right things, or I feel like it's going to be a tight game. And this year, I feel like I believe in Purdy more than I believe in Hurts. I like to be really transparent when it comes to, teams and all that stuff. And as of late,
There
of what
is a-
I've seen, I
there
don't
is a
know. I don't like what I
Purdy-
see from Hurts.
There's a Purdy like Hurts. They may not know it, but I think there's like a battle between like Hurts and Purdy fans in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping Hurts understands that too, and I hope he uses it as motivation.
I don't think he
Because
cares.
he probably not. He would care.
Well, I
But
know
at
they
the same
played.
rate,
They played each other in college. In a pretty
Yeah.
big game.
yeah.
I just
Like-
want to say, like, I want to see what Brock Purdy looks like with Kevin Matullo calling plays for him.
Yeah, that's a big difference.
There's
That's
a
a
big
huge
difference.
Yeah, but I feel like so. How do you guys feel about Hurts over the whole course of the time that he played with you guys? Because I know, well, on the outside looking in, I feel like he had like one like great season when it would allow him to run. Like when he was that dual threat, like he was really
Mhm.
scary. But then I feel like after that 1 year that he had, it's just like I know your offensive. I think you guys got rid of your offensive coordinator. Not got rid of him, but he left. And after that, it was just like Hurts has just like been mediocre in my view.
What do you
I
mean?
know my dad. Well, like not up to where he was at that year. I forgot. I don't know. It might have been the Super Bowl year.
The
It was
first
the
Super Bowl
year-
year, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it might have
The
been the
first
first
Super
Super Bowl
Bowl
year. It
when
was like
when
crazy.
had a great
was
game?
he was on pace to win the MVP, and he got hurt
Yeah,
against
So, like,
Chicago.
before that season, they led the league as a team in rushing. And that year they went to the Super Bowl. He opened up as a passer. It was like the game plan on Hurts was make him pass. That was the whole mantra going into the year. And that's what teams did. And he made him pay for it. And then they adjusted again. And I think that's where we find ourselves now as teams that have adjusted to him being a dual threat. And he's got to continue to figure it out.
Yeah, and he went through that phase where he couldn't pick up the blitz, and
yeah.
he adjusted off of that. It does take him some time to counter, but I don't know if it's him or he's had a different offense coordinator
Yeah.
Every year
every year.
since college.
So to answer your question, like I love Hurts. I think he represents the team, the city really well. Super professional on the field. I think he does what he's asked a lot of times. But I like him. I don't. It's not too many quarterbacks I would take over him, and Purdy's not one of them. I'll tell you that. So I'm a big Hurts fan.
I think we all agreed a few weeks ago that he's he like the term game manager, it's used in a negative way a lot, but that's kind of what he is in a good way. Like he does a good job of managing games. He's become a guy that doesn't turn the ball over a whole lot. He's had stints where he's had issues with turnovers, but he's kind of cleaned that up, and he wins. He does his the best.
And that's all I care
when he
about.
needs to
Like I
win.
don't care what it looks like or how many yards he's passing for, touchdowns. When the chips are down in big games, who's going to show up? And every big game, he's showing up that he's had
I agree with
in
Troy
the Eagle
100%.
uniform. So, and that's all I care about. I
I
don't
agree with
care
Troy.
I don't care if you're Lamar Jackson, you win MVP, and Josh Allen, and you throw for 5,000 yards, and in the playoffs you throw for 180 yards and 2 picks, and like that means nothing to me. That means nothing to me. I don't care about a regular season MVP. Win the Super Bowl MVP. That's what I care about. I'll take Hurts over damn near everybody. Maybe if Josh Allen, that's going to be an argument. I would love to see Josh Allen with AJ Brown and Saquon Barkley and Devontae Smith and see the type of numbers that he will put up. But other than that,
He's never beat the Eagles though.
You don't think
he's never beat the
Lamar?
Eagles. But other than that, like, no, I'll take Hurts over damn near everybody because he just seems to play big in big moments, and that's what I want from all of my players, and that's what I want from my coaches. I want them to coach big in big moments, and that's not what we're going to get with Petula. It's not what we're going to get.
No. This on what Troy said, which I agree 100%. Like if you took the big picture when you look at the Eagles, I'm thrilled. Multiple Super Bowl appearances, winning a ton of games. Won the Super Bowl last year. It's been great, but like this year, each game has been miserable. I think more than one thing can be true. You can be happy with like the overall like performance of the team and Jalen Hurts, but you can also be miserable watching these games, and that's how it's been. We love the results, but we hate how we get there a lot of times because it doesn't seem sustainable, and that's why we're so worried about this game coming up. Because I'm going to repeat myself again, AJ. Your defense will have nothing to do with how the Eagles score or don't score on offense. It just won't. Listen,
I just wish we're healthy.
Before we let you go, I do have one last question.
One more thing.
I waited for that one. True. What are you wearing to the game? What is Sam wearing to the game?
She's been looking for stuff.
She's gonna wear 49er stuff?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Are you wearing 49er stuff?
Of course.
So Sam is your wife?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sam's your wife, and you're going with your dad also?
Yeah, my dad and my mother, and then me and my wife.
Your mom's an Eagle fan? I hope.
She's an Eagles fan.
That's going to be
So
something.
you just by being next to Eagles fans, you're gonna like your dad and your mom, like you're gonna feel safe. Like, do you feel safe?
Yo, it's funny because like so I've never been to a football game since this year. I wanted to go to San Fran. I wanted San Fran to be my first football game, and I wanted my wife to go, but she doesn't really like to fly. So I was like, all right, how am I gonna do this? And then my dad treated he brought my younger son who's an Eagles fan, and then my nephew, he's a Lions fan. It was a Lions game coming up, and he was like, I'm gonna bring the boys. And then we was like, well, you got two young boys with you, it might be a lot. So he brought me and my brother-in-law. So we went to the game. Yeah, and I heard Philly fans are like terrible, but I guess the Lions aren't the team to bring it out of them.
No, and we won the game too.
Yeah, you guys did win the game, but I did see a taste of it because so my son he plays for Notre Dame, and I didn't have any Niners. I didn't wear any Niners gear because it wasn't a Niners game, and I had on a Notre Dame hoodie, but I had my coat on, so everybody was trying to say "Go Birds" to me and all this stuff. And after a while, I was tired of saying I'm not an Eagles fan, so I was just like, whatever. I didn't say "Go Birds," but I was like, whatever. I got green on. But we were in the line for the bathroom. And this guy cut in front. I was with the younger kid, with the kids, and the guy cut in front of him. And when I tell you, all those Philly fans let him have it, like the words, I haven't never heard cuss words used in that way. Like it was insane. I've never seen anything like it. And I'm like, oh, okay, because like the whole time I was there, I'm like, oh, this is. But after that, like up until we got into the bathroom, then when we got there, the dude stood in front of the dude, like right in his eyes, and was like, "Yo, do something." And like it was crazy. Like all the dude, like it was. I was all right. I was like, so I get it. But then I see all the videos of Eagles fans, what they've been doing to Niners fans at the games and all that stuff. So I see that's another question I wanted to ask you guys. Also, do you see, because I've been hearing this, like a little rivalry brewing between the two over the past couple of years, the Niners and the Eagles?
Yeah, I think that started. I think that started with the playoff game, because before that, like we rarely played each other.
Yeah, we
in the
rarely
playoffs,
played each
right?
other.
So that playoff game started it, and it wasn't. It was mostly because of the 49er fans, because after the game, a lot of the fans were like, "Well, you knocked Brock Purdy out, and if we have Brock
we were
Purdy, all
pretty
this stuff,"
salty.
and they were talking a lot of stuff.
Didn't they do something?
With the players. Also with
Didn't
the
they do
players.
something at the Rocky statue, Troy?
Oh yeah, we put the
They
shirt
always
on the
do that,
Rocky
but
statue.
everybody
But
did that.
everybody does
Minnesota
that,
did,
right?
Yeah, Minnesota did it. There was another team that did it before.
Doesn't
the
make it right.
Niners. It doesn't make it right.
Everyone's doing it.
I hope nobody touches it because
Don't
nobody
touch it.
nobody's won, right? Since when they've done that.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
Has
I'm
anyone
like,
won?
stay away from the statue.
I don't know.
I think nobody's won.
But
I don't.
as an Eagle fan, I never thought twice about 49ers fans. It's always basically NFC East fans
Same.
that get under my skin. But after that game, 49 fans got under my skin. Like just listening to everything they were and reading everything they were doing on social media, it was bad. It was like, dude, what are you guys talking about? Like the Eagles were better. Like we probably wouldn't
Well,
beat you by 40 points if Brock Purdy stayed in the game, but the Eagles were still going to beat you. The Eagles were
I don't
still going to
know.
beat you.
I don't
Okay,
know.
that's fair.
We had no
That's
quarterback,
fair.
so
But that's
we
not.
had no
But you know what?
quarterback.
That's not.
I
That's
know
not
you
our
guys
fault.
did it. You
That's
guys
your
did it.
fault.
You guys
That's
did
your
it.
fault. But that's your fault.
You
Like
you decide.
you took your third string quarterback off the roster before that game, if I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken.
Your
Yeah.
mistake
Right?
was you
Yeah, we
put
did.
a
Well,
you put
Garoppolo, yeah.
you put a second string tight end to block Hassan Reddick.
Yeah.
That was the that was the problem.
That's what it was. It was stupid. That was stupid. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, if I was there, I'd be salty too, on the way to the Super Bowl, and then it's like you didn't even have a chance because was it first quarter?
First quarter.
It was first quarter, and then
the first half.
Yeah, that was the longest game I've ever watched because you were just sitting there and McCaffrey was taking snaps, and it was like I just wanted to stop the bleeding. So I would have been pissed off too.
Were you watching with your dad?
Oh no! So it is funny because so after on Sunday we we go over to my parents' house and we watch football and stuff like that. And after we realized that we're gonna match up against each other, my brother he's funny. My brother's a Steelers fan. So yeah, he was like, "Hey, you gonna watch the game with Dad?" And I'm just like, "No." I was like, first of all, my dad is probably he's a Philly fan, like true and true. He's the most unbearable person ever, like in the history of anything. Like he rubs it in your face, like he doesn't care. He'll mush your face in the mud and mush it and step on it. Like that's how his words. It's crazy. So I'm just like, and I get really emotional about. It's weird, like, but football probably brings the most emotion out of me. So it's like watching that, win or lose. I remember after the Super Bowl that we lost, because I really thought we was gonna beat the Chiefs. I spazzed on my brother because he made a joke. So I was like, it won't be good for me and my dad to be in the same room. Like if the Eagles win. So I was like, no. I said big games, I gotta watch them by myself. Like the Seahawks game we just played, I watched them by myself. I know a lot of Niners fans go to Dave and Buster's in Milford and all watch together. My boy was like, you want to go watch the game? And I'm like, nah, I gotta be at home. But long story short,
you don't consider this a big game? Well, you're going to the game.
Yeah,
That's different.
But I'm going to it. That's the thing.
Game.
So I wasn't gonna watch it with him. But then
yeah.
he sent a picture of like the seating, like he was gonna watch the game, and I'm just like, I said eye emoji. I'm like, wait. So if you're going to the game, I'm gonna go to the game. I gotta watch my guys. No matter where we at. So yeah. So
well,
AJ, listen. Before we let you go, I got one more question. Before we let you go, last year, weren't you happy for the Eagles? Weren't you happy for us that we beat the Chiefs since you guys couldn't? Like you had to feel good just a little bit.
I'd rather the Chiefs. Listen. I described my father. I know. That's why. Hey, listen. That's why I just chuckled. That's why I just chuckled a little bit. But yeah, just to answer it for the podcast purposes, I described my father. And even though my younger son is an Eagles fan, I don't care. I want you guys to lose every game. I just do because I hear it every day. Like we go into church.
Wow.
After teams got eliminated, my dad came in. He was like, "Oh, your team's not going to the playoffs. Your team's not going to the playoffs. Your team's not going to the playoffs. Oh wait, what team am I? I'm the Eagles. Oh, we're going to the playoffs. Oh, we just won a Super Bowl." Like he's that type of guy. So I want him to lose every chance they get. So yeah, like I said, you guys should have him on the pod. It'd probably be.
I'm gonna get him on. Yeah. We didn't even talk. We just hugged when I saw him at the Green Bowl.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, the Green Bowl.
Yeah, I saw him at the Green Bowl. He was cool.
Yeah.
Well, AJ, I'm begging you. I want you and Sam to be safe.
Yeah.
Like.
No, you guys have a good time.
I don't know. Like, I'm not telling you what to wear, not to wear, how to act. If you guys happen to win the game, I would suggest maybe bringing a change of clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just my suggestion. I don't think you're gonna win anyway, but
I like our chances.
Okay.
I like our chances.
Like that. All right. Can we win or lose? Can we have you on after
Oh yeah,
Pretty good?
no problem. Yeah, definitely.
All right, good.
I enjoy it. I enjoy it.
All right, good. Anybody else got anything for AJ?
No.
No. All right. AJ
Go
was a
Birds,
pleasure, man.
Huh?
Respectfully.
What'd he say?
Go Birds, dickhead.
Oh, listen. Hey man. Hey, listen, man. I gotta wear red though. You know, everywhere we go, there's a sea of red, so I gotta wear red. I always wanted to be a part of
that's
that. I
fine.
always wanted to
You
be a part of
represent your
that.
team.
I got to.
Represent
I
your
got
get
to.
it.
I got
All
to.
right.
I got to.
Just
Even
be
this,
careful.
man. I was gonna wear my black Niners gear, but I was like, wait, hold on. I was like, nah, I gotta let the red show. I was like, I let the red
I
show.
respect
So
that.
yeah,
Sounds good.
So
All right, brother. All right.
AJ,
Good
thanks
luck.
for coming
Not too
on,
much
man.
luck.
We
oh
appreciate
yeah, no
you.
problem, no problem. Appreciate you guys too.
Thanks,
All
man.
right.
Thank you,
All
AJ.
right. All right. See y'all later.
See you.
Have a good day.
Good dude.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
They should not
we
be.
may have to get his dad.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
have
it
to get
sounds
his
like
dad on.
it would be a lot of fun.
We need to get him and his dad on.
I know. That's awesome. They should not beat the Eagles. They shouldn't, but
Yeah, well, we said that against how many teams this year? All
yeah.
five of the games that we lost. But
And some of the ones they won where they look terrible. Yeah. So yeah.
Right, can we stop talking about them now? I'm done.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about them anymore. All because of Patullo.
I mean, the players aren't without blame, Dad. I just feel like we were talking about Patullo like the players are without blame, and that's not true.
I think the players that have struggled, I think it's mostly because of coaching. I honestly do. I think if we have a better coach, and more than any other sport, coaching matters in football more than any other sport. And if you don't have the right coach, it shows. We have on paper the best offense in the league, the most skilled offensive players. For me, bar none, from any other team. And our coaching has them looking like a piece of crap every week.
Yeah.
Win or lose, they look like a piece of crap. You can't tell me that all these players forgot how to play football. So I'm not saying they're perfect. I'm not saying the players aren't without blame, but the majority of the blame to me starts with the coaching staff, the offensive coaching staff.
I can't. I was thinking about Troy, what you said like earlier in the season about Eagles. Why hire a rookie offensive coordinator for a Super Bowl championship team? Like,
makes no sense.
And thinking back,
I got a Ferrari. I'm gonna let my 12-year-old son, Colby Alexander Marshall, behind the wheel of it.
Yeah.
That's what they did. I'm sorry, not 12-year-old. You just got your license, Colby. You're 18 years old. I have a Ferrari. Dad, can I have the keys to the car? Sure, kid, here you go. What do you think is going to happen? You want to crash it.
He won't drive it well.
Crash it.
At minimum, he's not.
Or
He won't
it's going to come back
well.
and all the
I'm
components
going to drive it very
be...
slowly. It's probably going to take me an hour to get to the store and back, but I'm going to come back in one piece.
Yeah,
it'll take you an hour to get out of the driveway.
Exactly. Exactly. What is this? What is this extra pedal here? What do I have to do with this?
Why is there numbers on the Prindle?
That's what the Eagles did.
Well, we'll see if they can get it together come Sunday against the Niners in their wild card matchup. We are going to transition into some Sixers talk, fellas, with the game being on and the Sixers being in the playoff mix currently early in January with a lot of basketball to play. Coming off of that loss against the Denver Nuggets, I don't want to talk about that a little bit. Denver didn't play any of their starters, and the Sixers still found a way to lose by 1 point in overtime, but pretty optimistic about the Sixers recently, before that game, especially after beating the Knicks twice. they're on a 3-game winning streak, and they've had their full lineup with Tyrese Maxey, VJ, Paul George, Embiid playing regularly and pretty consistently, and they seem like the offense is starting to turn a corner a little bit, and they're still figuring things out defensively. But no, I'll kick it to you first. What have you been seeing from the Sixers? I know you got your guy Embiid on your fantasy team. You're happy that he's playing regularly again, but how you feel about the Sixers, and do you think that these guys, they can stay healthy and play consistently throughout the rest of the year?
I didn't watch that Nuggets game because I didn't think I had to, and I was pretty
Good for
tired, so I
you.
just went to sleep. But I woke up to a nice little text from my friend who's a Nuggets fan, like making fun of us for losing to their 7-man roster that they brought out. I kind of blame you a little bit, Kobe, for saying that you thought the Sixers were a real team in the group chat. I'm gonna blame you. Sorry. But watching that Knicks game, I did have a little hope. I didn't want to say anything about it though, because that's always how it is. Like they'll get a good win and then like they'll just poop down their leg like their game later. But watching that Knicks game, I thought like if we met up with the Knicks in the playoffs, like I think we match up very well against them. I don't know.
I'm not afraid of
I
the
don't
Knicks.
know. I don't know who Jalen Brunson's going to guard on their team because it just felt like whoever they give, like VJ, like he was killing them.
Yeah, they were hunting him.
We haven't in the past. We really haven't had like another like ball handler outside of Maxi to like exploit some of these weak defenders. But I don't know who like Brunson's going to hide on in the playoffs, like guarding. He's going to have to work. Like the Sixers, we have a great core of players, like Maxi, VJ, Embiid, and PG. Like that's a great when they're playing as well as they were playing a little bit last week. We look like a real team, but that didn't really end. That never ends well for us. So I'm not going to get too excited for that. I'll just see. I'll just see what happens. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Troy.
Yeah. Are we going back to the Denver
You don't have to
game?
say it now, but I do want to know what you thought the turning point was in that Denver game. Kobe, I don't mean to interrupt. I just want Troy to remember that because I want to know if it was the same as mine. Kobe, what were you about to say?
Yeah, I was going to ask you.
I was just gonna say I was almost glad they lost that game against the Nuggets. By the time it was over, I was like, I'm kind of glad that they lost this game.
I didn't listen. I don't think I was as upset as it seemed every other Sixer fan on earth was, because early on, I thought we were going to lose that game. And when I say early on, it was probably the first 2 possessions where Embiid had the ball and he's just like batting the ball away like it's volleyball, like I'll just bat it over here and somebody go get it. And I was like, this is exactly the game that they lost basically since Embiid has been on his team. Like when he shows up and he's playing lackadaisical, the team plays lackadaisical. I'm not saying that Embiid is the sole reason why they lost that game. He's a big reason. Maxi's a big reason, and Nick Nurse is a big reason. But I saw it coming early. So as the game went on, and Denver continuously hit shots, I'm like, yeah, they're going to lose this game. They're going to lose this game. But there were some positives that I took away from that. And the biggest positive was VJ. VJ in that fourth quarter.
No, I wish you saw
overtime.
I wish you saw. I don't know if you watched the highlights, but yeah, go on, Dad.
If I watched the highlights for what?
I was telling Noah I wish he saw the game because VJ was just so clutch.
VJ was the most. It's like he's the most clutch player since Michael. I forget Michael Jordan. He's the clutch. He's the most clutch player in the NBA. That's what it seems like. Every shot he took, when it mattered, he knocked down. Defensively, block shots, getting steals when he needed it. He was right in the middle of it. That was the one positive that I took away from this game. But everything else was just crap. Nick Nurse, the way they played defense against the Nuggets, it was like you would have thought the way the Sixers were trapping that they were playing against Giannis, Steph Curry, and Luca. And they're trapping a bunch of no-name guys and just leaving other guys wide open for threes. And it made very little sense to me.
Yeah.
Again, once Denver went into a zone defense, and I don't know what it is with Sixers coaches, but they become brain dead and trying to figure out how to score against the zone. You're an NBA coach, you should probably know this, off the back of your hand. It's just little stupid stuff like that with Nick Nurse. His lineup, there was one lineup he had in there. It was Barlow, Jared McCain, who we'll get to him. Jared McCain, Grimes, and I forgot the other two guys, but it was just a bad lineup.
So Troy, the grace period's over for him trying to like figure out the lineup. Like I'm still giving him a little bit of grace. You're saying
I listen. I don't blame Nick Nurse for this loss because if you watch how the team played against the Knicks versus how they played against Denver, Nick Nurse has a good game plan, right? If the guys come out and execute the game plan, there's a good chance they can win with a full and healthy lineup. The guys they came out looking at this team. They looked at the Denver Nuggets like a person looking at the five of us right now and be like, oh yeah, we're going to beat these guys here. We don't even know them. Like this is going to be an easy win. They took it for granted, and the Nuggets got hot and they stayed hot.
Yeah.
Right? That's not necessarily Nick Nurse's fault. You can't prepare your guys to play against this team because, like, basically you're fighting human nature, right? You're fighting human nature in that we're playing against a bunch of nobodies. We have our full squad. We just beat the Knicks. Of course, we're going to win this game. But it's the NBA. These guys are on these teams for a reason. They're good. They're NBA players.
I think that played into your point, Dad. I think that played into Denver's advantage, them not really having a scouting report with the guys that they had out there. We didn't really know what they were capable of, when they're out there for 30, 35, 40 minutes. They play a lot differently when they're with Jokic and with Jamal Murray, and they're, shooting spot up threes and not really creating off the dribble, but they had to play them a lot differently than they normally would, and that played into their advantage. I don't know when their next game is, but I don't. I think.
Oh, Denver.
Take it. Yeah, he probably.
They're playing right now. They're playing right now against the Celtics.
He definitely played one of the better games he'll play all year. I think he's a solid player. He's a fourth-year guy, but he definitely played like he was at the forefront of everything they were doing against the Sixers, and he was awesome. But I think he played one of the better games we'll see him play.
Troy, I just want to get back to what you said. Your that turning point when I knew the Sixers were going to be in for a game was that exact play when Embiid he had like two turnovers in a row. That one where he kind of slapped at it and then this jog down court, like whatever.
Yep.
I was like, what is happening? That's not a leader. And that goes back to what I talked about last podcast, where he should have the highest usage on this team, and he does. It should be Maxey, but that's a whole nother story. I do want to ask you guys though, do you think, and again, I want to put this Denver game behind us, but do you think not having a scouting report on those players had anything to do with like the team not playing well against them? Like, I gotta admit, I follow basketball. I think I'm tuned in. I couldn't name one player on that team, like in their starting lineup.
Not one.
I didn't know anyone.
I think it's valid.
And Kobe Peyton Watson right now has 21 points, and Jalen Pickett played 9 minutes, has 0 points, but Jamal Murray is back.
So Peyton Watson is actually a guy on their team that gets pretty significant burn just about every game. But outside of that, but even with him, like he was doing things against the Sixers he wouldn't normally do when they have their full team. So I think it's valid to say that because there wasn't a scouting report, they had an advantage due to that. That wasn't the only reason that they won the game. Like my dad said, the Sixers defense, guys were getting into the lane at will, and you're playing up tight on guys that you shouldn't be playing up tight on. So that didn't make too much sense, but that definitely had something to do with it.
Out-talented them and how they were the Eagles. The Sixers were out hustled. You saw that like from the first quarter on, and Denver just built confidence the whole game.
Yeah,
You saw the bench getting up. They were just building confidence, and Sixers just never just squashed that confidence. And I'm just so down as a on Embiid as a leader. He's 30. He's going to be 32, I think, this year, and
but he's never been that. Like
I
don't
know.
expect him.
You're right. I shouldn't expect it. Like I shouldn't expect the Eagles to score 30 points on Sunday. But in the back of my head, it's like maybe they can do it.
No,
And I shouldn't expect Embiid to be a leader. And I do sometimes. And that just showed. Even in the Knicks game a little bit. Like I know he was celebrating, but you know what? It's a regular season win. Relax. Act like you've been there before. Just a smidge.
He was celebrating his dunk. It's the first dunk
I know,
he had.
but even before that, though, he was like, even like the little cross chop he's trying to, like resist on doing. Like
he's not.
It's a regular season game, dude. Relax.
Yeah,
it's fun. It's funny to me though. You don't think that?
I'm not saying it's not funny. I'm not saying it's not funny. That you can't do, Cope. You can't do what you did in New York, and then turn around and do what you did in Denver. Like it to me that this invalidates what he did in New York. Like,
listen, he had a good game.
I don't think it's not too much to ask. That to be a little bit of like an example.
It's not it's not that he didn't have a good game. He had a decent game stat wise. I'm disappointed in the way he played at the end of the game.
Yeah, down the stretch.
But I think I'm more disappointed in the way Maxey played at the end of the game more than anyone.
Embiid's demeanor led to Denver getting like super confident in the first few quarters.
The first few minutes, that's fair.
First few minutes, and they just had tons of confidence. Embiid should have just squished them, got the whole team in foul trouble, been serious about his passes, and they would have blew that team out.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's why I said after the game, I was kind of happy that they lost because of the way that they started. It seemed like they were just going to show up and they thought they were going to win the game. They can't have that mentality. And hopefully it died in that game. Yeah. Because I think if they won that game, we might see something like that again happen with Embiid coming out lackadaisically thinking they're just going to show up. And
you know what? Good point, Kobe. That's a real good point. I didn't think of that. So maybe they needed that lesson. I do want to ask. I meant to ask this when we were in the Eagles segment, but this has a little Sixers-Eagle connection. Troy, could you tell everyone who Ed Stefanski is?
Ed Stefanski was a former general manager of the Philadelphia Sixers and brother of Kevin Stefanski.
I think he's the dad of
Kevin
Stefanski. I think he's the dad. I think he's the dad.
No, I think that's his brother. Could be.
So Ed Stefanski was the general manager of the Sixers. He did an okay job. He's the one who brought Iverson back to the Sixers after Iverson had left. Kind of quirky, brought a lot of energy to the team. I was really optimistic when he became GM. But he's a Philadelphia guy. So is his brother. I'm just throwing it out there. And again, I know we're done talking about the Eagles. He might be a good offensive coordinator.
That's his what, nephew?
No, Ed is Kevin's father.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're both from Philadelphia area, but Kevin is out there.
You know what I'm thinking about?
If he doesn't get a head coaching job.
Greenberg. I'm thinking about Brad Greenberg and Seth Greenberg.
Okay.
They're brothers. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, Stefanski, he was okay. He was okay, GM. He kind of like, I don't know. Yeah, I think he was the one that signed out on Brand, I think.
Yeah.
did a big contract. But he was okay. But his son is out there on the market, so he might be a. We'll see what happens if Platulo, like you said, or you're predicting, won't be back. Then maybe they could go after Kevin Stefanski. So I just want to kind of throw it out there. There's a little bit of a Sixer connection.
Yeah, I would think that Kevin Stefanski would have head coaching opportunities. So I don't think he'd come back here to be an OC for Nick
but I mean, it's not
Sirianni.
it's not a ton. What, the Giants?
But listen, yeah, he's high on the Giants list.
Yeah,
I would assume he's high on everybody's list.
Let's kind of throw it out there. He might want to come home as a OC and get something. Wait a little bit. I don't know. I'm just trying to be optimistic. So
yeah, and maybe with the Eagles' struggles, with all the talent they have, maybe that's a more attractive position for guys looking for an OC job next year, thinking they don't have much to lose. They can't be much worse than what they've been this year.
Right.
I don't think, with another offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
All right. So pop culture update. Let's get into our halftime segment. Drew, what do you got for us?
Hello, everybody. Happy New Year and whatnot. So I'm going to, I guess, revert back. We have a lot to talk about. But I guess we'll revert back to our previous talk, reverting to Nikki Bella and Eagles Cooper DeJean. Apparently,
did you do a deeper dive on this?
So there is a cat. Oh, the only thing to elaborate based off of my father's request is that she is still very single, right, in her words, but they're just casually dating. I don't know what that means.
I know what that means.
I know what that means too, but this is the PG podcast.
Good. Yeah, so I guess take that for what is, whatever you want. But in her mind, she is still very single.
Hold it.
And she's very
By
much.
the way, Kelly's going off. By the way, go ahead, Drew. I'm sorry.
And
he's playing.
As you know, that's the only thing I want to elaborate since news came out. She's still very single. Apparently.
Is he dating the twins? As both of them, or just the one?
No, so what do you call it? Nikki is the one she's, casually dating, and then Brie Bella's married. Her twin.
He can still be dating both of them.
She's not.
It's just saying.
It's not. But no, there are other relationship news. Over the new year, Miss Tracy Cortez and light heavyweight champion Alex Pereira are now publicly disclosing that they're in a relationship. I know I was
if they walked into my house right now, and I wouldn't know who they were. Who are these people?
Who's Tracy Cortez?
Alex Pereira. Alex Pereira
please.
actually trains in Connecticut.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, in Danbury.
I know who Alex is. Who's Tracy Cortez?
Tracy Cortez.
She's a flyweight.
She's a flyweight. She fought against Eric's Blanchfield. She lost via submission. She's what, like 13 or something like that, 13-3, something like that. But yeah, she's in a relationship with Alex Pereira. They went public after the new year, posting on Instagram. Yeah, she's 12-3. 12-3. That's her current record.
And what's his record?
Alex Pereira right now. So again, light heavyweight champion of the world. 13-3. So
she's right there with him.
He's pretty goated.
Yeah,
so
that dude
right there with him.
That dude, he lost the championship in this previous pay-per-view. Won it back against Magamode. Is that how I'm pronouncing his name?
Magomed Ankalaev.
Yeah, that's his name. That's how you pronounce his name. He beat his ass like less than 5 minutes. He beat his ass. It was like with body shots, just knocked him out. It was the first time Magamod guy, I think, lost via knockout too. It was crazy. It was crazy. So that's who she's dating. I ain't want no beef. I ain't trying to get in no squabble. Another thing in pop culture update. January 6th is also the 30th anniversary of the 1996 blizzard that hit Philly, where Philly broke a record of over 30 inches of snow, and that covered the Philly for like up till I think they said like January 10th, where a lot of people were affected. A lot of people were like snowed in. Responses and public services were delayed. SEPTA was affected. All things like that. I'd hate to be a mail carrier back then.
Can I say something?
Sure, baby brother.
Dad, you said Kelly was going off. He has 2 points.
Yeah, I was wondering what that was about too, but I didn't question it.
When's the last time the Sixers were beating someone by 20 points?
What does that have to do with Kelly?
It has a lot to do with him. It's everything. The vibes are better.
I think if he
fans
played,
are happy.
I think if he played in the Nuggets game, they would have won. But he has very to do.
I think that too.
Right now, I think we can.
Him or Watford, if they played in the Nuggets game, they would have won. I do believe that.
So I have a question before Dad says one more thing. Troy, where were you 30 years ago, January 6th, during the 1996 blizzard?
January 6th, 1996.
Probably. I know, to give you some context, me and Kobe were in the stomach of our mothers.
I was going to say he was probably...
Noah was still in my father's body.
Yeah, I was getting ready. I was preparing myself for a wedding.
Were you affected? Where were you? Like
I lived in Teaneck, New Jersey. I was in North Jersey.
Were you affected by the snow? Because it seemed like it hit all.
No. I mean, like it snowed, but not as much. I can't remember if it snowed as much as it did in Philly.
It didn't. It didn't, Troy. Not in New Jersey. Not in that part of New Jersey. It didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
It snowed, but not.
Yeah. So the snowfall, it broke the 1985 record or something, 1984, 1985 record, where they had like over 20 inches, something like that. So
it was 30.
No, I'm saying in 1985, that was the threshold that was broken. That was in 1985. So in 1996 of 30, it was such a big storm because a lot of moisture, according to the meteorologist, had accumulated or something, and then bada boom, snow. I'm not a meteorologist, but that was the account. So I wanted to give a shout out to Philly and to the storms. And also January 6th. Go ahead, Troy.
Drew, I think you would make a good meteorologist, though.
Thank you. I make it rain. I do make it rain. One more shout out. January 6th is also Three Kings Day. It's a holiday celebrating in Latin American countries. Me being Puerto Rican, it's the day where we celebrate baby Jesus getting his 3 presents from the 3 wise men. So shout out to that, because Philly hosts the second highest population of Puerto Rican residents in the country, next to New York. So that is the pop culture update.
Love that.
Thanks, Drew.
That was. We had a lot of different things in that pop culture update. That was one of my.
You didn't ask me where I was, Drew.
Because you always have one more thing to say. So, but Father, where were you, January 6th, 1996?
Don't worry about where I was.
All right then.
Love that. So we are going to transition out of halftime, out of the pop culture update. I'm a little confused about this next topic. It looks like we're gonna compare Tyler Hansbrough to another.
No, you forgot one thing before we got into halftime, Cope. Look above halftime.
You have an important question for my father. Oh, you have an important question for I thought you asked that already.
I didn't.
No, go ahead.
God forbid.
No, we're doing it after halftime.
Cool. I'm going to beat you with those headphones, Drew.
Sorry about
Troy,
that.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Someone called Dyfus. Go ahead.
Are you sitting down?
I'm sitting down.
I've been thinking about this. Who do you? I know it's hard to compare errors
Julius Irving is my answer.
No. One's a jump shooter. One was he played in the paint, really, even though he was small. He played in the paint.
Mhm.
But who do you think's better, Maxey or Iverson? Think about it before you answer. I know they're different. I don't think Iverson would put up the BS from Embiid. I think his gravity would just.
Iverson's better. I've thought
Yeah,
about it.
but it's close,
Iverson's
right?
better.
I think Max is a better two-way
It's a good
player.
question. It's a good question. I would hate to see what Iverson would look like in today's game. When I say hate
Yeah.
to see it, I mean from a defensive perspective. Like the other teams devised a totally different defense when they played the Sixers just because of Iverson.
Yeah.
Iverson in today's game where everything's on a perimeter and he has open space. Yeah, you think in 1996, late 90s, early 2000s, there was nobody. Everybody was in the paint for the most part.
Yeah.
And Iverson
Not
was
only
still
that,
getting to the rack at will.
he would be encouraged to shoot threes. Like he was a good jump shooter, but he had
Yeah,
coaches
like
who didn't want him to shoot threes.
in today's game, Iverson would average like 40.
He would.
Iverson's listen, I think skill wise, that's a very good argument. You could possibly give the argument to Maxey, but like the determination of Iverson was on a different level than damn near everybody else on the court.
You could argue there wouldn't be Maxey if not for Iverson.
That's fair.
Really
That's fair.
love the.
Did you ever see a game like, again, I'm just going back to that beginning of that Nuggets game where Embiid's numbers looked good at the end?
No,
did you ever see Iverson like play like that?
Lost that game. The Sixers would have never lost that game. Never lost.
He would never it wouldn't be because of effort. It might be because the other team was more talented. But he would never lose that game to that team with those players.
Never.
Never. That's where he has an edge over Maxey. That's how he's an edge over Embiid in terms of
That's a fair.
Being a great Sixer.
That's a great point. That's a great point. Like, and you're right. Like Maxey should have seen the energy that Embiid came out with, and either taken that game over, and in a way he kind of did. But more importantly, he should have gotten in Embiid's ass and be like, dude, stop playing like shit. You're messing around here. Get your head out of your ass and let's go. Let's beat this team by 40 points, okay? And no one did that to Embiid. So
no. Iverson would have.
I don't know if Iverson would have, but Iverson, like his energy would have been completely different. Like
correct. Okay, yeah,
everyone would have fed off of his energy.
Correct.
Where everybody still feeds off of Embiid's energy, even though Maxey is number one on his team. They still feed off of Embiid's energy.
Yeah.
And that needs to change.
That needs to change. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Good answer. I thought about it after the Knicks game.
Mm-hmm.
I think about it for a while, but I thought about it after the Knicks game. I thought he was magnificent.
He was.
Iverson was different.
I am becoming very impressed with Maxey's defense.
Yeah,
I
think he's a better two-way player than Iverson.
Yeah, not just the steals, and the blocks. Like he comes up with at least a block a game.
Yeah,
it seems like.
Yeah,
but like his on-ball defense, and I'm not saying like he doesn't get picked on, but he fights, and that's all you want to see. Like I look at Jalen Brunson, he doesn't fight for anything. He does not fight at all.
Yeah,
but Maxey will fight you in there.
Yeah, that was a good observation by Noah with Brunson. Yeah, I agree. All right, that's the question I wanted. Thank you, Cope.
Maxey clear Jalen Brunson?
I think he has. He plays both sides. I think he has.
I think nationally they won't see it that way, but I
They
think
won't
he
say
has.
that. They won't see it that way. They won't.
Jalen Brunson has the best PR team like in NBA. Like they be talking about like they always be hating like Shea, like, oh my god, Shea's such a foul baiter, like he's such a cancer to the game of basketball, like he's so
They
like he's
never say
ruining
that
the
about
integrity of
Brunson.
the game. And then like every time I watch Brunson, like he's just like he like dribbles past someone and then like backs up on them and just like flails. Dude.
Yeah.
Like every time. But I like Brunson and he's the Eagles fan. But I hate the Knicks though, so I don't care about him.
Yeah.
Right. So are we getting into the Cycle T? Like, who's your guy you're going up against? The Cycle T is going up against this week.
This is for the North Carolina career.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler Hansborough.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, hold on. Have
Jerry
you looked?
No, let him go. Let him go.
I just want to make
Or-
sure he's looking at Hansborough's
Let him
resume.
go. Just let him go.
Or Jerry Stackhouse.
Tyler Hansborough.
You didn't even think about it.
There's nothing to think about.
That's why.
Like I know you didn't watch, and this is to Kobe's point. I know you didn't watch.
I was watching
Tyler
games at that
Hansborough.
point.
I know, but like you don't
even have to watch.
you don't
Just
understand
look
the
at
significance of the career he had at North Carolina. He was breaking records that stood for decades. He's not a better player than Jerry Stackhouse, but he has a better Carolina career than 95% of Carolina basketball players.
What's your beef with Tyler Hansborough?
He's trash. That's the beef.
This is making me very angry.
We're gonna get Tyler Hansborough. We're getting Hansborough.
At no point did I was
on
like,
this pod.
let me schedule my time around the TV so I can watch Tyler Hansborough play basketball.
No, like listen, he did not look like
was
it wasn't pretty with him. It was not pretty. When like his first couple of games he's playing and he's throwing up that little half hook shot, and I'm like, I don't know about this dude. And then at the end of the game, you see he has 25 points and 13 rebounds and 3 blocks, and he keeps doing it. And then he does it in big games, and then he does it in even bigger games, and then he drops 50 on the team. It's like, okay, like at some point in time, I have to believe this guy's for real. And in the Carolina uniform, he was for real. He was the real deal.
50.
He got 50.
Well, I just want to mention that VJ had a 4x5 game today. You know what that means?
4x5.
What?
Is he like the first Sixer to do it or something?
Like 5 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 steals.
Did he?
He had 13 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists, and 5 steals.
Wow.
I think he's going to average a triple double at some point in the next couple of years.
Average?
I think he will.
Wow.
It'd be hard
You know
to
who
do.
didn't average a triple double? Tyler Hansborough.
His career high was
No.
40, but still.
Okay, I'm sorry, 40. Felt like 50.
Did feel like 50.
Oh my God, Jerry Stackhouse, Troy.
Dude, Jerry Stackhouse was my guy, but not in the Carolina uniform. He didn't win a championship. He only played 2 years. He didn't break any records. But listen, I love him more than any other Carolina player.
Dude, I was so happy when the Sixers got him.
Yeah.
Drew, you might have been conceived the night the Sixers drafted him. I was so happy, dude.
Thank you.
You might have been. I got to do the timing. You might have been. That was the draft. It was June of
June 95.
June of 25. When were you born? May of 96.
So I was probably like right after your birthday or something like that.
It was close. Close call. I was still feeling the vibes after the draft, though. Maybe that's what it was. But yeah, that was I love that. That was the first time when the Sixers. I think leading up to that draft, I wanted to pick Stackhouse. That was the first time I ever called like a radio station to like they were talking about the draft. I forgot what I asked the guy. What I called the radio station to talk about Jerry Stackhouse. So yeah,
And then
me and Troy went to the first game, his first game in Philly.
Yep, sat right behind his parents.
Yep,
right behind the basket.
What?
On the floor.
Why did he only play 3 years? He got hurt.
Who? Jerry Stackhouse?
Yeah, with the Sixers.
No,
traded.
you want to talk about that, Troy?
He got traded, son.
But it was more than that.
Yeah, it was
you
a
want
lot
to talk
more than
about
that.
it?
Listen, we can talk about it.
Could be another episode.
Huh?
It could be another episode. It's more than just thinking he got traded. It's
yeah,
a little Iverson, a lot of different things. But we'll leave with this though. That pair was second in the league in scoring, like dual scoring. Look at that. I didn't even know I could do that. Behind Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. So it's Jordan, Pippen, and then Iverson and Stackhouse in scoring.
Iverson was rookie and Stackhouse was in his second year.
Yeah.
Or maybe it could have been a second and third year.
I think it was. Yeah, it might have been a second and third year.
Yeah.
But they were they were a dynamic pair. But yeah, it just didn't last. We can talk about that later.
Like Max and VJ.
Yeah, let's hope it ends better.
Speaking of ending, Colby, I know you were going to sign us off. Ain't that right?
We had one more topic in the list of the rundown. I don't know if you guys
want the topic.
The Packers Bears game.
No, we were going to talk about that if Noah could get his friends on. Yeah. We're good. We no one cares.
I think the Packers win though.
Oh, do you? Okay. I don't think so, but
so
let's say they hold up on that note though, Troy. If they win, Eagles win, Rams win, who goes where?
Packers go to Seattle, Rams go to Philly.
Oh, okay.
The lowest seed.
So we
would
rather see Carolina and the Packers win. That way
we go to Chicago.
We could stay that we would rather see Carolinas and the Packers win. That way we could stay home, possibly stay home.
Oh, so it's the record, so it's not the division. Even though Carolina won a division?
Correct. So if Carolina wins, they would go to Seattle. And
then it's not seeding then because they're the fourth seed.
Carolina's the fourth. No, Carolina. Oh, I guess you're right. Carolina's the fourth seed. That's right.
If they go by record. If they go by record.
No, you're right. It goes by seeding. So
Carolina comes to Philly if they win.
Is that what it is? Okay, I can deal with it. So if Carolina
and then
Packers win,
and the Packers will go to Seattle.
Okay, wait. I can rock with that.
No, you're right. You're right, Colby. You're right.
No. If the Bears win, then
we're saying if the Packers win. We're saying if the Packers win. We know if the Bears win and we win, we're going to Chicago.
Right.
Yes.
Well, should be a lot of fun to watch unfold. Make sure you guys stay tuned for our recap of this wild card weekend in the NFL and more Sixers after they got their dub today. Their next game is Friday, I want to say. But we'll be back to recap more Sixers and recap the wild card weekend in the NFL next week. Until then, guys, we'll talk to you later. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow us on social media. Let us know what you think. Go Birds. It's playoff time. Time to get
Go Birds, dickhead.
Denver